Welcome to the Worst of the Riot Extra for this week. I'm Hudson, joined as always by Isaiah. Isaiah, my question for you today, what's your dream car?
It's a good question to lead off with.
Thank you.
I'm a truck guy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have like a certain car that I'm like dying to have, but I would always just want to have a nice new truck.
Do you feel that because you have a truck now, do you feel that you fit in with the truck community?
I don't know if I do, but I also don't have like this huge truck that's lifted with big rims and big tires. Like I just have a normal truck.
But you have a bigger than average truck, would you say?
I'd say mine's kind of a sporty truck.
Probably average.
Mine's kind of sporty. I have a short bed.
Yep.
So I don't have a long bed back there.
What do
I
they
used
call
to
it,
have a long
crew
bed.
cab where you got the 4 doors?
I have 4 doors. And yeah, I have a pretty sporty truck.
But most people wouldn't. You can tell you don't fit in with the truck community because I don't think most people look at you and go, this guy's got a truck.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a lot of guys you look at and you'd be surprised if they don't have a truck. You're not one of those guys.
I don't. I would say you also could depend where you find me.
Uh-huh.
If you find me at like some sort of country event playing cornhole with my jeans and flannel on and this beard, all of a sudden I look a lot more country.
Yeah, I guess so. That is your roots. I want to talk about my dream car too, but I also, if I had to guess based off of your appearance right now, what kind of car would I think you would have if I didn't know you had a truck? What would I guess? Not an SUV. You're not an SUV guy.
Mm-mm.
So, but I could see you like a cool Honda Civic, but probably like older, like an older model might make sense for you.
Any kind of like small car people usually.
Yeah, like a coupe that's got some skip in its step from several years ago. Would also make sense for you based off of your appearance. What do you think based off of my appearance?
A short bed, red truck, one of the mini ones.
Uh-huh. What do you mean like our guy Big Country has? Tyler.
Precisely, yes.
Ford Ranger.
Yes.
That's what I look like I have, huh?
Mm-hmm.
But of course I own a Jeep Patriot instead. Okay, so my dream car is a 2017 Kia Sportage. It's got the quietest interior in its class.
Oh, here we go.
Spacious interior as well. Seating
a
front
Kia
end.
Sportage?
Yeah, rear.
This is a mom car.
And front. And it's got an attractive dashboard with many appealing features.
It's a mom car.
2017, a lot of bang for your buck, the Kia Sportage.
You can just buy this car if you wanted it that
probably
bad.
get it in pewter. Pewter would be the color I would go with. No, my dream car is actually like, I don't know. I would like one of the Jeeps, like that's a Jeep, not like the Jeep I have. It's a Jeep Patriot, which I feel like
like a Wrangler?
Maybe like a Wrangler, or I would like to be able to haul stuff around and it doesn't feel like a truck. So whichever one is the one where it's like the Jeep, but it's a truck. I don't know what those are called.
Stop it. You don't want the Jeep truck,
I do want a Jeep truck. Why? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that?
Jeep trucks are the worst.
Why?
People hate
it's
the
like
Jeep
the best
trucks.
of both worlds.
No.
It is. It's like, it feels rugged, but also not like too country, not too redneck. But I don't need a whole truck.
See, but if you get a Jeep truck, this is what Jeep truck screams to me.
What is that?
It screams, look at me, I have a Jeep, but also I need this truck.
I want people to look at me.
Just get a truck.
I want people to look at me. And I don't want the stigma that comes with trucks. That comes with like big trucks.
Jeep trucks have way more stigma.
They don't have a stigma.
Oh my gosh.
That's a stigma I'm fine with.
Yeah, you want to look at me. Look at me, I got a Jeep truck.
Yeah, I'd get like those headlights that have the colored rings around them.
Look at me.
I get all the accessories. Yeah. I'd take the doors off sometimes. Right? Take the lid off. Right? What I really want is a convertible. I want a convertible even more.
You went from Kia Sportage to a Jeep truck to now a convertible.
But a Jeep can be the Jeep truck, right? It's customizable. So I can, whatever the truck is, I get like the Wrangler, because the Wrangler, right? You can take the top off.
Mm-hmm.
I think they make a truck like that. So I want that. I want to be able to have what other truck can be a convertible? This is what I want.
No other.
Yeah. This is what I want.
My gal E, I know what her go-to would be.
Yeah.
Hers is a Bronco.
Oh, yeah.
I love the Broncos.
I know a few folks with the Broncos.
I would go for a Bronco.
My friend, obviously the Bronco went away for many years, but one of my best friends from growing up, his parents always had Broncos, the Eddie Bauer edition. Those were real slick, and then the Broncos went away for years, and they brought them back, real exciting. So I have a soft spot, some nostalgia for the Broncos, even though the Broncos now much different than the Eddie Bauer edition when I was growing up, but still, and similar to Jeeps, so you can see why I might like them. But I think a convertible, would be a lot of fun. The problem would be I'm always wearing a hat, so it will blow off. So I don't know if a convertible would be as good for me.
Do convertibles still have the coolness factor they once did? They feel as cool?
I don't know.
When I was a little kid, I thought convertibles were like the coolest thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
They've lost some of their awe for me.
I don't know what the collective opinion of convertibles is at this point. It definitely feels like you see less of them.
Yeah, they making new ones. Like, are there new convertibles? I'm sure there are.
Yeah.
I just don't see them so much.
Yeah, you're right. It always seems like it's either, a lot of more older cars I see that are convertibles. But
could be where we live too.
Yeah, it could be.
A lot of people here don't have convertibles.
Yeah.
If you went to like southern Florida, a lot of convertibles.
Yeah, probably. Where, that's what I was thinking. I don't know if there's a collective appeal of a convertible like there possibly used to be, or there is for certain generations or whatever. But that doesn't stop it from appealing to me. However, I was thinking though, there is a bit of you want to talk about stigma. I feel like if I got a convertible, like it feels like it's not a car for me at my age. It would be weird for me to be driving, but I would be okay with that because I like them. I'm always driving. As soon as the temperature hits like 45 degrees, I'm riding with my windows down anyways. So convertible, I do the same thing. I would just enjoy that a lot. And so
it would be weird if you had a convertible now.
Yeah.
Feels like an older guy's car.
It does. That's why, and I don't know why that is.
He's like real tan. He's got his hair slicked back.
If he has hair.
He's wearing all white.
Yeah. And I don't know why people look like I feel like some derision for that. Why are we mad at that guy? He sounds like he's living his best life. He's having a good time. And that's what I want to be. I want to be that guy one day.
Yeah, the convertible guys just feel like an older man's car.
Yeah.
Because it's not a necessity. Like the convertible part of it's not a necessity.
No. Yeah, it's completely superfluous. But that said, they do make convertibles that aren't that expensive compared to the regular version of cars. And so I don't know, like you would think maybe the convertible is just a luxury that younger people can't afford. But I don't think that's true. I think if you really wanted a convertible, you could have one.
But I think it's lost some of his luster with the young people.
Yeah,
that's why
it's fallen out of fashion a little bit, and but it hasn't fallen out of fashion with me. You know what's interesting is neither of us, in our talk of dream cars, neither of us want something like truly fancy or expensive. It doesn't sound like, compared to like we want pretty average vehicles.
I'm not a big car guy.
Yeah.
I can't imagine later in life justifying a lot of money putting into a vehicle because it wouldn't mean that much to me.
Yeah,
I would rather invest my money into other things that would mean more to me. Cars have never meant a lot to me. I have a nice truck.
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot nicer before I crashed it in the RadioU parking lot due to an icy parking lot.
Yeah, an icy morning.
It was a lot nicer before then, but I have a nice truck, and I like having a nice truck. I would always want to have a nice vehicle, but I don't need to have some luxury vehicle. I would rather have reliability.
Yeah, but I think the thinking is that the luxury vehicles are the most finely crafted, right? So they're supposed to be reliable, but you gotta really pay for that. And I think for me, when I think, there's two different things, right? There's like luxury vehicles, right? There's like Mercedes, out like the foreign cars that are expensive, BMW, and those are more expensive, but it's like the fine leather interior, and they're just like, I don't know why they feel like something you only have when you're rich. I mean, because they're expensive. But then there's like sports cars. And I could imagine me having a Mercedes if I was loaded one day. Yeah, then maybe I'd get one if I wanted. But I can't imagine myself ever getting like a Corvette, for example, because, or a Ferrari. I can't imagine that because I don't think I would I don't think I have it in me to maintain a car like that. And I don't even mean me physically maintaining it myself, because I definitely couldn't do that. But I mean, even knowing enough about the car to know when it needs service. Yeah, when something is wrong with it. I would not fit in with that community at all. And so I just don't think that would ever be for me. I can't picture myself in a vehicle like that. I can't do it.
Yeah, for me, I'm the same way. And I'm not a very clean car person. I'm not.
Oh, yeah, that would be the can you imagine you having a Mercedes and just McDonald's bags on the floor?
Everywhere.
Yeah.
How cool is a Mercedes when you get into it and you're like, I can't wait to ride in Isaiah's Mercedes.
Yeah.
And then there's like 11 Monster cans at your feet and you're just kicking them around.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's not. Now it's not a nice car anymore.
You never expect to get into somebody's nice vehicle and see floor mats even that need to be vacuumed. You're just like, this car is going to be clean.
And I think too, like with cars, I wonder how quickly the coolness factor wears off. How quickly does buying this cool new car, and the very first time you drive it, you're like, oh, this thing is sick. And what are you thinking the whole time? You're thinking, this car's sweet, but the next thing you're thinking is, where can I put it so that someone I know can see me in it?
Yeah.
Maybe I should go to my friend's house today. Maybe I need to go visit Uncle Johnny.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him in a while. I'm sure he'd love to see me in this car.
You're right. That first couple weeks where people are seeing you in your new car for the first time, I remember feeling that I've owned 2 cars in my life, and both times that like you're riding such a high every time somebody sees it for the first time, even though neither of my cars are impressive. I had a Pontiac Grand Prix and then now the Jeep Patriot. Neither one is like nobody should be impressed by them.
They weren't. Don't worry.
I paid cash for the Grand Prix. I believe nobody should be impressed by that.
But you were hoping they were.
I mean, they acted like it. But I mean, it is exciting if you had a new car here, even if it was just another similar car to what you have. It's just newer or whatever.
It'd be exciting.
Yeah, it'd be a big deal. It'd be like, you got to show me because it's got the new car smell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I don't know how long does that last. I mean, I think it lasts as long as you still have new people that haven't seen you in that car yet, that you like are everyday friends with.
But then once everybody's seen it once, is it no longer cool? It's still cool.
Yeah.
But it's no longer the cool thing it once was.
Which is probably another reason why we can't bring ourselves to justify getting a really expensive car.
For me, because it doesn't mean that much to me.
Right, because like a Corvette would feel cool at first, but it would feel just about as cool as getting any new car would. And then after a while, it wouldn't feel cool. Like, are you really that? Strangers will see you, and some of them, and you have to think too, some of them are like, oh, that guy's cool. Some people look down upon people with expensive cars.
They do.
So you're
stigma.
Just as likely to have somebody
which is stupid.
Yeah. And I don't know why. Like, why do we hate? Why is there derision for people that have expensive cars?
Just expensive things in general.
Yeah, and like some people definitely that can afford expensive cars do have an attitude about them. But that's not the car's fault. And for many of them, they earned that car. They earned that money.
And I think about, too, like for some people, I know that the coolness factor never wears off. And I know this because there's people that on like Friday and Saturday nights take their nice car and drive it like downtown and like rev the engine up and down High Street down there.
They want to be seen.
They want to be seen. Like they take their car out for the night. And that's like their fun thing. They get like 2 of their buddies. They're like, you know what we're going to do? We're going to take my car, take it downtown where everybody's walking around, and I'm going to rev this thing up. And we're going to get some eyeballs on us. And that's a cool night for them. For me, I would never do that. But for somebody else, that could be a cool night.
To me, when I'm picturing that, it feels so old school because I'm picturing guys doing that in like the 60s and 50s and trying to just get gals. Because I feel in those times, if you watch like old movies and stuff, doesn't it feel like women would be impressed just by the fact that you have your own car?
Yes.
And now, obviously, that's not the case. Like, go ahead and try to go rev your engine and just see if a random girl is like, wow, impressive.
I'll never forget like the third time that my girlfriend E, the third time she got in my vehicle, I knew that she was funny. Mm-hmm. She made me laugh because she hopped in and she sarcastically was like, nice ride, which is like something that you see in movies.
Yeah.
That happens like all the time in movies. Like, oh, nice ride,
even
Tommy.
like the old Fast and Furious movies.
Yeah. Which no one would ever say now. Imagine a girl hopping in your car on a first date and being like, nice ride.
Yeah. Some of the Fast and Furious movies, I wouldn't say they're built around this, but they imply the concept that there's women that just go to like drag races just to look for guys that have cars.
To have cool cars.
Which I don't know. I guess I've never been to a drag race, I've never done any street races. I don't know. Maybe there are, but it doesn't seem realistic to me.
Nice ride, Dominic Toretto.
Yeah.
Brian O'Connor, nice ride.
Yeah. That doesn't seem realistic to me at all. But
no,
I could be wrong.
Yeah, for me, yet again, it doesn't mean that much to me, but I think cool cars are sick. Like, remember when people would like have the cars that would, I'm sure some people still do.
Yep.
They would like lift up and down. Yeah. The underlights were real big.
I still see those underlights.
The underlights are, I saw a really crappy car this morning with underlights.
Oh, yeah.
It was like one of those cars that was horrible. It was like a crappy car.
Yeah.
But they had like a cool paint job and like underlights. It just makes the crappy car like look dumber. And that's what I saw this morning.
I feel like that could be a very country thing, like out in the boondocks, because where I grew up, it wasn't somebody has a nice car and then they add all that stuff. They have a crappy car. They add all the upgrades to it, but you can still see it's a crappy car. Like it's putting a bumper sticker on a Ferrari, but it's not even that.
How about this? This is another big thing we haven't even touched yet.
Yeah.
What about, is it cool to drive with the music really loud in your car? How do you feel about that? That's a controversial topic.
Yeah.
That, because I think about being in like high school back in my country little town. People love taking their their crappy car, putting the biggest sound system in it, in the back, and just having the bass on as high as it could go, and just hearing the whole car just like shake.
Yeah.
Like the muffler was like almost falling off of the back.
I definitely knew like people like that growing up. It's like, you got to see Gaetan's car. He's got some sick speakers in that Eclipse.
And you go by and he had like he had the wing on the back that was like shaking off. The bass was way too much for the car. The car's like barely holding together because it was such a cheap car.
Yes, right.
But they put together this crazy bass system in there, and it's not even like it's like a good like boom. It's everything's just rattling.
Yes, it's just the car. It's not meant for this. It's not meant for that kind of G-force or whatever this subwoofer is giving it. Did you have people? That reminds me too. This was a huge thing when I was growing up. Guys that would cut their muffler to make it sound like they just make their car loud. It's just
the
like
worst.
What is the? I also knew a guy that had he had a regular. It was just like a Ford Ranger, similar to like a small truck, but he had put in sirens in it, like police sirens. Yeah, and he thought it was cool. I mean, that was his thing. And he would do it like every time he'd pull into the parking lot, he'd flash the sirens. He thought he was pretty slick, but that was his little redneck upgrade.
There's a million things that are stupid that people do to their cars. There are some things that I do think are cool.
Okay.
One of them being, I think that tinted windows can be very cool.
Oh, yeah?
I think tinted windows can look really sharp.
You can't see inside?
Yeah, like it doesn't even need to be that tinted, but just a little tint on like a nice, like my brother's has a really nice car. He has a real nice white, it's all white. And then the windows are tinted and it looks very sharp. It's not like he hasn't like done a lot to the car, like it's just a nice car that he bought, but the windows are tinted on it and it looks really sharp. I think tinted windows, I'm for.
I can see that. Tinted windows, the one for me that does it actually is the neon underneath.
Neon underneath.
I like that.
I think it looks cool. If you have a nice car, it looks sick.
Yeah. I don't judge people for that. If guys have that.
If it's a cool car.
Yeah. It's usually not, though.
It's not never. It's almost never.
A Honda Civic, but I don't mind when I see guys with it. I think that is cool. It'd be weird for me on a Jeep, but I wouldn't. Like if I was gonna make some stupid upgrade that was just for looks alone, that might be what I choose.
Yeah, what if I rolled in one morning and had the underlights? Would that be cool?
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't judge you for that at all. You'd get red and white for the Buckeyes or something, scarlet
underneath.
And white. That'd be pretty sick, actually.
I like the underlights too, but I only like them on nice cars. If you have a crappy car that has the underlights, it doesn't make it cooler. Just if I think my all-time advice. especially for high schoolers. High schoolers love spending money on crappy cars. Don't spend money on crappy cars. Nothing you can do to a crappy car can make it cool.
Yeah.
But if you save the money that you were going to spend on the crappy car, then you can get a nicer car. And then it's automatically cooler. A nicer car with nothing done versus a crappy car with all this stuff done to it. The nicer car is automatically cooler.
Yes, I agree.
So skip the part where you put the crappy stuff or the cool stuff on the crappy car. Skip that stuff, save that money, buy the new car, automatically cooler.
What do you think is better to if you wanted to like impress people, you wanted to get girls and whatever, is it better to have a car that looks cool on the outside but dirty on the inside, or a boring car, say, I don't know, Chevy Impala, but like inside it's real nice?
That's a great question.
That you keep it nice and clean.
Nice and clean is important.
If you're young and your car's too clean on the inside, though, that's almost suspicious.
It is. What have you been doing?
Yeah.
How is this so clean?
Right.
Is this your car?
Did you steal this? Did you just steal this off? Yeah.
Yeah, I think my roommate's car, spotless.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so clean. He has like a 2023 new like Honda Accord. That thing is spotless, and every time I get in it, it's almost uncomfortably clean.
Yeah.
To where I'm like, I feel like as soon as I sit down, I'm dirtying this thing up.
Yes,
I'm like looking at my shoes.
Like that, yes.
And I'm like, are my shoes too dirty to be in this nice, clean car? You get into my truck, you're not even slightly phased.
Yeah.
You know right away that you can't make this thing any dirtier.
Yeah. One more thing about, I got one last question for you. Do you have any bumper stickers on your car? I've never checked.
Oh, bumper stickers. I do not.
Neither do I.
How do you feel about bumper stickers?
I am highly anti-bumper stickers.
No, you're highly against.
Which is bad because we have RadioU bumper stickers. Those ones I'm cool with.
Of course you are.
I'm anti-bumper sticker because when I see somebody with a bumper sticker, when was the last time? Some people put like joke bumper stickers on. You ever looked at one of those and laughed?
It has to be real funny.
Yeah, I don't know if that's ever happened. Then some people put political bumper stickers on. Big mistake.
Never changed my political stance.
Yeah, right. They never change your political stance. And then if it's somebody, like if it's a politician that you don't like, then you're seeing that and you automatically hate them. You don't know anything. You don't know them at all, but you're like, I hope they get in an accident.
No matter what, if they have a political bumper sticker, immediately you're like, no wonder they've been driving like an idiot.
That's right.
Doesn't matter which side you're on.
Yeah.
It's both ways. Oh, no wonder. Trump supporter? Obviously. Biden supporter? Oh, my gosh, no wonder.
Of course they don't know how to drive.
Of course they're driving slow. They're cutting me off. Whatever it is. No matter what happens, it's always, of course.
But you don't get any points. If you see somebody that has a bumper sticker that's like a politician you agree with, what do you honk?
You rolling down the window, riding by?
Hey, I also voted for McCain. Yeah. And that's what's tough too. Bumper stickers are hard to take off, right?
Yes.
So what do you do? Like a yard sign is one thing. You take the yard sign down after the election, especially
after you've been toilet paper 3 times. Yeah.
Yeah, but your bumpers. I've seen people that have the bumper stickers of candidates that lost a long time ago, and they're still on there, still rocking it. Yeah.
They're like, McCain should have won.
Yeah, that's right.
Back in 2012 or whatever it was.
Right.
They're still holding on for hope.
So obviously the political bumper stickers, that's a no-go for me.
I'm out.
I think there's better ways to show your support. And then like the other one, I don't know, like some bumper stickers are just like, they're too in. I see them and I don't know what they mean. Similar with vanity plates. I'm highly anti-vanity plate because most of them are just gibberish. I don't know what they stand for. So those kind of customizations of your car, you're showing your personality. That's not something I really can ever see myself doing.
I'm cool with if you're supporting a group, I'm always cool with those.
Like a cause?
Yeah, I mean, if it's your high school sports team, like if your son plays a sport and then he has you have his number and he plays for the Hawks or whatever, have that on there. I'm fine with the RadioU ones or any of the radio station ones.
Yeah, radio stations are cool.
Perfectly fine with that, or any group that you're a part of. If it's a joke, no. If it's a political stance or one of the amendments that you're for or against, I'm out on that one. But if it's a group that you're a part of, or like if it's a sports team that you like, if you have a Browns one, cool, don't care. But yes, heck yeah, Browns fan, baby. Put it on there. Ohio State sticker, cool with me.
What if it's Calvin peeing on the Pittsburgh Steelers? You like that?
That's fine. If it's sports related, it's cool. If it's a group you're part of, it's cool.
If I was going to have a bumper sticker, it would be Calvin peeing on somebody.
Yes.
Definitely. Those are my favorite.
But yeah, so for those ones, I'm cool with all those. The custom license plates, I also enjoy.
Oh, you like those?
I think they're funny.
What's the best one you've seen?
I don't know off the top of the dome. They are enough to where when I'm driving, they're like a little game for me. I can look at it and be like, let's see if I can figure it out.
Yeah, to try to crack the code.
Exactly. I'm like, what is this supposed to mean, those letters and numbers?
I did see, this one always is stuck in my mind because it just felt so accurate. It was a guy, I'm pretty sure it was an Escalade, if I remember, like some kind of big, more luxury SUV, but like cool, not like an old guy SUV, so Escalade, we'll say Escalade. And his vanity plate was H8MEYT. Hate me yet?
That's a good one.
Like, yeah, that actually, you know what? Maybe I do a little bit.
Maybe I do a little bit more now. Yeah, I'm for the
But
the
since
custom
you're
license
aware
plates.
of it, then maybe I don't.
I think the custom license plates are funny.
I don't have that. I do have a frame on my back license plate that I probably should get rid of at this point because it's pretty old.
What is that?
It says something like "Go Syracuse" or whatever.
Yeah. Now, if you're a Syracuse fan, keep it on there.
Yeah, I am a Syracuse fan. It's just old. Just probably faded out.
I'm cool with that on there. I'm cool with the license plate stuff. That's fine. If you had like a super sick car, I would immediately take that off, though.
Oh, yeah. That does seem doesn't feel like it fits.
It doesn't feel like if you had like a luxury car, you can't have like a Go Syracuse thing.
Yeah.
Same thing, you can't put a bumper sticker on it either.
No, yeah, you don't do that.
That would be ridiculous. You can't do that.
And one of the reasons I don't like bumper stickers is you have to peel them off. It's real difficult. They can mess up the car. That's just why you don't put them on a nice car. But I'm fine. Still the same as far as content goes, the same rules, but magnets far superior to bumper stickers.
Because it's easier to get off.
Yep. Easy removal. You just take that on and off, and it doesn't mess up your paint. That's the way to go.
And if your candidate loses, you can peel that thing right off and act as if you're just a normal everyday goer.
Right. It is the riot.